Hey, what's up, you guys? How you doing? Okay, it's enough about you. It's time to talk about me. Firstly, it is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to everybody in the LGBTQ plus community. HENNY! I hope everyone is celebrating, having some good vibes, and sharing the love, because love is love. I don't give a what anyone says about that. Anyway, welcome to the podcast. Welcome back, sweeties. I've been away for a minute, but I'm back. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't ask. Everything's fine. No, I'm kidding. Everything's all good. I've just taken a minute. I've been busy doing some other work things. Been pulled in other directions. It's fine. I'm back. I'm ready to deliver to you this episode with Cutie Mel. We are finally here with another new episode of the She Plays Space women's football podcast, where I'm very aware I've taken a minute. So in today's episode, I'm going to be speaking to one of my besties in the whole stratosphere. She's one of the best humans I've ever known. She's one of the nicest, sweetest, most sensitive, smart. She's funny, and she goes by Cutie Mel. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking to Cutie Mel as we play for the same team, Henny. So me and Cutie Mel, we both play for the same team. And she recorded this with me, I think it must have been about January, a few months ago. So obviously when we're talking about what's going to happen through COVID at the end, we have some little conversations about our predictions for the league. It's already happened. So what is interesting though, is I feel like I was kind of right about what we were going to do, but I'll let you guys find that out for yourselves. So when we are making those predictions, please be aware at that time, I'm pretty sure we're in some form of lockdown. But it's so strange with missing a whole year, because everyone missing a whole year because of COVID. When I try and refer to like a period of time in that, I'm 2 years behind, because I've just completely written that off as like not existing in my universe. I don't know if anyone else has, or if it's just a me thing. So anyway, that's who I'm going to be talking to today. Me and Mel talk about all the good stuff we've been playing together for years and years and years. She's one of my really, 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 friends. No, I'm kidding. She's one of my best friends in the whole world. She brights up my life. Some people are just too lovely, and that's her. And some people are not, and that's not me. And that's me. Oh, fucking hell. Knocking everything over. So, as I said, we've got the episode with Mel coming up. And can I just give myself a minute and appreciate that I've managed to figure out, can I say I've managed to figure out how to put the podcast onto Spotify audio. And when I say I figured out, I mean, I text my brother enough times for him to understand that it's like, I can't physically understand it. And then he just basically was like, bam, this is what you need. And that's like, brilliant. So in like the sense between like you and I did it. But if anyone knows me did it, my brother helped me. I couldn't figure out how to do Spotify. You have to get an RSS platform. It's a whole ting, and that takes a minute. So I honestly have so many things to update everyone on and to talk about, but I kind of want to keep this to a relatively short episode, which I'm really excited about. I've got another one booked in for the next couple of weeks, and that's going to be a really cool one. So I can't wait to show you guys who I speak to there. And also, Linda, listen, if you play football, if you play women's football, if you're a coach, if you're a player, if you're a goalkeeper, if you're a kit woman, if you are there to just be the vibes, whatever you may be, I'm interested in sharing the space. I really want to speak to more people about women's football, their experiences, share our bants, have a good time, have some vibes, and just sort of set the tone that not all, like I've said many a times, that, girls aren't boring. Your perception of girls might be boring, but girls ain't boring. Girls are fun, man, and spicy. And we love that.
Let me add a little bit of spice to that.
So that is it that's the update with the podcast. Message me if you want to come on and chat at me if you want to be on here. You can. I don't know what I'm doing. Just contact me if you want to be on the podcast. I would love to have anyone on who's ever had any kind of experiences of women's football. And listen, Linda.
You guys. Listen, Linda. Listen. Okay, what?
Even if you don't play anymore, that still counts. You can still come on. We can still have a good chat. So just do send me a little message. And the second thing, this is always going to be mentioned. It's always really important. I still do have the fundraiser. The fundraiser is Balls for All, and it's on I think it's on the crowdfunding page. No, it's not. It's on Just Giving. This is my own thing. I digress. Also, let's not forget, every single time I'm on here, every single time I'm chatting to you guys, I always just want to mention the fundraiser that I have set up. It is Balls for All, and Balls for All is basically a place on Just Giving where you can donate a couple of squids. I think it starts from like £1, but like, you know, £1, £1.50, £2, £5, whatever you can offer. And that money goes towards buying a football and then sending it to a woman or girl who might not have access to, who might not be able to afford, all of that stuff. So it's basically just connecting more people with football equipment and then opportunities. That's like the phase 2 of it. And also, because I understand that money's tight, I'm not trying to get loads of money for loads of new, you know, all that kind of stuff. That is something that it does. However, I'm also looking for secondhand boots, goalie gloves, shin pads, and I can also take sportswear clothing. If you do have anything you'd like to donate, just contact me. I can give you the postal address, and then that will also be distributed to women and girls who don't have access or might not be able to afford, etc., etc. I've already had a couple of boots drop off, and it's been amazing. It's all good. So if you do have any extra equipment, or if you know someone, maybe they've got kids and their kids are growing out of it, maybe if you're a woman and you stop playing, or you don't like that style anymore, and you want to give your boots to somebody else who can get some love and appreciation out of it. And at the moment, I'm focusing more locally on the collections and donations. However, I would like to go bigger. Once I get more equipment, more stuff to give out, I will go as far as in the UK as I possibly can. So I can only do this if you guys send me your donations: football socks, football boots, goalie gloves. Send me anything like that. That'd be amazing. The link will be, it's on my Instagram. It's going to be on YouTube. It'll probably be in the description. On Spotify, go on YouTube. Find it on YouTube. I don't know. It will be somewhat obvious, and I would just really appreciate it if any kind of equipment, or even just getting the message out that that's something we're doing. As I don't think many people realise that like equipment is a massive barrier for girls being able to play, especially if it's in a lower socio-economic area where maybe they can't, like, maybe the access and the affording is the most prevalent problem right in front. So if we can get some boots, get some things, like the passion and the creativity is there, it's just the opportunity is sometimes not. So that's what I want to do. I really want to try and focus in on that. So as well as the donations, if you guys have any recommendations of places where you think the boots or the equipment will be well loved, just contact me, message me, drop me a message, let me know where, and I'll be happy to look into it further. I'm really want to try and give back in a good way, and I feel like this could be a really good thing, but I do need those donations. So you can even check now if you want. You can even just give yourself a sec, pop this on pause. If you're listening on audio, take me with you, pick me up. Let's go have a look in your cupboard, find me some boots, send me a little message. Hi Ella, your podcast is great. You're so funny and engaging. I have so much equipment for you, and I also got new stuff I can give you for free. That's what I'm looking for. No, I'm only kidding. But honestly, please do message me with any of your equipment and stuff. I know that was a bit of a long spiel about it, but it is something really important to me. And honestly, once it starts to get going and we can start reaching regularly more women and girls who need the football equipment, we might be giving the equipment to the next big man ting star, who just might not be found yet. So that's me. It's nice to be back. It's nice to be doing this again. I feel like I took a bit of I don't want to say time off because I've been doing loads of other stuff, but I have not been as regular as I wanted to be. But we'll get there, honey. We'll definitely. Anyway, happy Pride Month to everybody. I hope you are thriving and living your absolute best lives. I hope this month is a month of celebration, happiness, and joy. Without further ado, let me introduce you to the podcast with one of my best friends, one of the cutest. Oh, I love her so much. She's one of those people that is just so lovely and nice that it makes me feel like be nicer. But she's amazing. She's also awesome at football. She's a sporty queen. She's a competitive queen. I love her. I can't wait to go to her wedding. Fingers crossed. It can be soon. We're going to have such a good time. What have you been up to?
Not a lot. Just work, walking the dog.
Yeah. There's not a lot to
wedding
really
stuff.
Do.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
I know. We're actually like, it's really soon.
Yeah.
So it's like 4 and a bit months or something. So yeah, we've had to actually do stuff.
Well, is it all going to be? Because I know it's near the summer, isn't it? Is it stuff going to be open by then and all that? I don't really know what's happening.
No, me neither. I think it's going to be really close. We spoke to the wedding venue on Saturday, I think it was, sometime at the weekend.
Yeah.
Because they're basically a campsite. So as long as like we're not in lockdown, or tier 4 or what have you, we should be able to either get around it or have a wedding as normal.
Yeah.
Because they could, in effect, have, say, 10 groups, 10 bookings of 10 people.
Yeah.
So have 100 people on that campsite.
Yeah.
So if we're going to have 100 guests,
it's the same
it's
thing.
fine.
Yeah.
We'll work it around that way. So it should be okay unless it's really bad still.
I'd be like, if it was looking like it was not going to be here, I'd be talking to Sophie's family in Portugal, like, set me up a little place on that little beach.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, definitely. We're actually then he just spat. We are actually looking at like properties in Portugal, so we might one day.
Yeah, hard to know like how to plan for the next sort of bit. Like, do you start just going all guns ho now, or do you wait until it's hard to know what to do?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we're hoping it should be fine June.
Yeah.
For as many people as we can. So we're going to do invites. That's probably the next big thing.
The invites.
And we've made a little wedding Jenga.
Stop it.
Like instead of a guest book.
Yeah.
So we'll have like Jenga, so you write your message on the blocks.
Oh my god, that's so sick.
And then you stack it. It's actually here.
Yeah, show me.
I won't show you all of it, but there's our little blocks.
Oh, dude, that's so cute. Dude, I've never seen that before.
Pardon?
I've never seen that before.
I know, just saw it on Pinterest.
Adorable.
I just thought it's a little bit different to a guest book.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to your wedding for what feels like my whole life.
Oh,
like,
me too.
Every now and then to Paul, I'm just like, you know what it is this year.
You're like 200 days.
Yeah, it's like the royal wedding for me. I'm just like, I'm living for it.
Yeah, we kind of accepted at one point that it was going to be 30 people, maybe 15 people.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what, we're fine with that. But now we're actually planning for the big one. I'm like, no, I want the big one. I want everyone.
Yeah, legit.
I want everyone there.
I think I'd oscillate between having like 3 guests and about 500. I'd either go for like, I have no friends, or like, that person I once spoke to is good enough, isn't it?
Yeah, you either have everyone or no one.
Yeah, legit.
Definitely. That's what we thought, like 30 people, then that's perfect. It's just close family, bridal party, like perfect.
Yeah.
And then you kind of think, yeah, but what about these people? So,
yeah, honestly.
It'll be nice either way.
It's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
Definitely. Have you been to the beaches yet?
Oh, dude, the beaches. Dude, today is like perfect weather. It's like, it's when it basically, I wake up in the morning, and if I can hear that like of the wind, because my windows are shit and it's like living in a 3 Little Pigs house, I'm like, need to get down the beach.
Yeah, get down there.
Haven't been down. But one of the things is, dude, it's going to be so cold.
I know.
That I need to get over the fact that I know how horrible it's going to be because of cold.
Yeah. Have you got like a wetsuit or anything?
I've got a wetsuit, and you know me, mate, so I've also got another wetsuit. So I've got my wetsuit, but then I've got another one that I've cut up and made into like little overalls to keep me warm. So I need to try it out.
That's amazing.
It might be.
You need like gloves, swimming hat, everything.
Legit, I just
up, all skin.
like come into the sea, like, all right, come on then. I'll be warm.
You won't be able to like get up on the board or anything. You'll just be stuck.
I definitely would, dude. So I've been doing that stuff because now, like, I've basically run down the clock to when I'm back to football, and it's literally as soon as you guys are back, I'm technically back, but slow return. So I'm just like, please open it back up. I need to play. Like,
that's the best thing about this whole lockdown thing is that we haven't actually missed you that much.
That is my favourite thing because, like, honestly, when it all happened, it was basically perfect timing for my surgery. Like, I came out of surgery, got that out of the way. A month later, everything's fucked, and I'm like, oh.
Such a shame.
Legit, dude. I'm there like, oh, you can't play.
If I can't play, no one can play.
Exactly my mentality. So like, I text Strudders every now and then, be like, babes, I know this is really shit for you, but for me, for me, it's the best thing ever.
How excited! I bet you can't wait.
No, I can't. I don't. It's weird because I don't feel like I'm 100% healed. Like, I obviously am. Because it's been nearly a year, but like when I basically do like a deep squat, I can still feel it, or when I'm cycling, I can still feel like it's my meniscus, which sounds like I'm being insanely specific about.
It's like, this little muscle in this little bit of my knee, round the back.
Yeah, legit. I'm just that kind of bitch.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if like when I come back, if it's going to be okay. But basically, the surgeon said to me, he was like, if they fuse, and they should be okay. Sometimes they're not, but normally it's basically one of those things that if it is okay, it will just be okay, and if it's not, it just won't be. So I'm like, cool, I can't wait for my third time doing it. If I do it again, it'll be 3 times, and I'm over it.
God.
Yeah.
That's it. No, this time's the one. This is the one.
Legit. Well, I did it twice before surgery, so I've already I feel like I've fixed it now. So now there shouldn't be any problems, no excuses.
You fixed up 3 knee injuries in one.
Yeah, legit. I've done my injury time now. I'm over it. Let me be the captain of the England women. Let me go.
Get me on that pitch.
Yeah.
Snap it up, everyone.
I was talking.
Times.
Yeah, 100%. I was talking to Chantel about when I speak about our team, and I was just going to start making up football scores about we won to Mordor 20-0. But Chantel was like, we're winning at the moment, right? We're doing well. And I was like, what?
Oh, wait.
Yeah. So did you know that? Are we doing well in the league at the moment?
Yeah, we're top 3. There's 3 of us on similar points, similar games, I think game in hand and that. But yeah, we're up there.
I can't believe it, Henny.
I know. So it's nice to win, isn't it?
Amazing. I don't even have to lie, dude. I don't even have to go into lying. Well done, me.
I know. I'm never going to win even more when you come back, so it's going to be the best.
To be honest, a lot of the video I had with Chantel was just me and her making plans for us 3 on the pitch, just what we're going to do.
Just scoring goals. I'll pass to you, you pass to me.
Yeah, legit.
How's his head?
That's honestly part of Tails' thought process when she's got the ball, though. She'll look to that. If it was if Parry was there, she'd have a look for Parry. Yeah. If not, it's is Mel on that wing? Right, that ball's getting chipped.
Hit me
oh,
up.
Wait here.
There's the thing, as soon as I've got the ball as well on that wing, I'm like, right, Tails, is she in there? No, right. Here she comes. Whip it in.
Tails gets to the point where, if certain people attack, she's like, I'll wait and defend. She just honestly hasn't got it in her to It kills me, dude.
Let's take it all, didn't it?
Yeah, legit.
It's just her being lazy, isn't it?
Always. The late... No, I can't even say that.
No, it's not.
So when did you start playing football? Because I know you went to an all-girls secondary school, but did you start playing at secondary school, or did you start playing at primary school?
I was thinking about this. I can't remember if I played at primary school. I I was playing, but I didn't play for the primary school. My brother and my dad were playing football in the garden. I must have been about 8ish. And I just remember looking out and going, well, I want to play.
That's a bit of me,
why can't I play? So I just went out and joined in, and that was it. I then joined up this little pro soccer thing where all the little ones go and play.
Yeah.
So I think I did that instead of primary school football.
Did you remember Safa? Do you remember Safa?
I do. I didn't play with them, but I do remember them. Yeah.
I can't remember what the abbreviation is, but it was basically because when I was younger, there was Safa, and that was where all the cool girls went to go. I went once, bitch. I was never invited, honey. It's basically where you learn skills. Because I can remember I was the same when I started football. It's because my dad and my brother were in the garden, and I was like, yes, please. Yeah, definitely me. And I think when you learn that way, you don't really learn that it's something that not other girls really want. So when you get to a normal a school and you go to bond with other girls, it's a bit they are nothing like me.
Yeah, we're not the same.
Yeah, legit. And I do think it's something that quite a lot of footballers have to get used to. It's just that you're not going to be that one that's unless you're Chantel and can be that bitch.
Yeah, you're going to be the sporty girl.
Yeah, legit.
Definitely. So I was always a sporty girl at primary school, but I don't think I played actually at primary school. I think it was pro soccer.
Yeah,
Because you're Bexhill, aren't you? So you're quite close to Hastings.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was them. And then when we got to secondary school, that's where I played for the team, played for the school and everything.
So what was your school team like? Because I think your school had sports, was better at sports facilities than my school, is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so I was with it's an all-girls school. So those in the teams were sporty.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So our school team was actually pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
We played in this beautiful purple kit.
Lush.
I think we called ourselves the grapes or something like that, purple grapes, because we were so beautiful and purple. Yeah, we were decent. I think.
I don't remember having a kit at my football team for school. And me and Chantal were talking about this because we were like, for us, there was like a core section of about 3 girls that, like, not probably a bit more, a couple of girls that could play and loved playing. Yeah. And then you had a couple of girls that did other sports. And then you had the rest of the girls. And that was basically the categories for choosing the football team. So we, as like the core, would spend our like lunchtime or like in the afternoons going around to classes and being like, that girl's in there, she does netball. She'll do, get her. Yeah. Tell her she can. Yeah. And then we'd have a note from the teacher that was like, look, you can leave a bit early. And we'd be like, listen, you want to leave early, don't you? You don't want to be in this class. And so we had to have to like recruit for their own team, and then you'd get to play in the games, and the girls would, obviously they hadn't trained, they're not even into it, they're just come because we've basically been like, come on, you will do this with us.
Come for the day out.
Yeah, and they get the ball and you're like...
yeah, I can help.
Yeah. So then the whole thing was like, right, so they'll defend, chuck them in defence, and just get them to kick it, and we'll do everything else, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as you've got a decent goalkeeper as well, it doesn't matter if the defence is a bit dodgy.
Yeah, that's always the one. Yeah. I wish I went to a school that was like more sporty, dude. That sounds sick.
Yeah, it was good. I played cricket as well, so there was a cricket team, netball team.
Oh, lush. Did you have a basketball team?
You know what? I can't remember. We had one of the teachers was a basketball coach, so I feel like there must have been.
Yeah.
But I couldn't quite master basketball. It was that and hockey. I could never do hockey. Because the left-handed sticks. They didn't do left-handed sticks.
It's the other way, yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
I can imagine you to be sick at basketball. Your jump, you're one of the, like, you jump the highest.
I love jumping.
Yeah, I don't know how you could, I reckon you could do a slam dunk, even though you're about 2 foot. Yeah, man.
That's coordination. You've got to have a ball as well and jump at the same time.
Yeah, I guess so. It would be too much.
Netball, I did my netball, but I like playing centre because I didn't understand all the rules for the other positions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, if I'm centre, I just don't go in the Ds.
Yeah, that's what you took through all school. Don't go near that D.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I played netball too, but I just really couldn't get on with the fact that it wasn't contact. Like, didn't really understand. Like, so basically, I'm tall, so I'm going to get the ball because I'm going to be in the way guy, essentially, which is absolutely fine. But how are you, as somebody smaller, going to get the ball off me when you can't touch me?
It's like,
yeah, I'm just there like, okay, let me just
put it in.
Yeah, that's honestly what it felt like.
Definitely.
It's not the one for me.
No. And you're restricted as well. You've got to stop at lines.
Yeah, I
just want to run here, there, and everywhere. I don't want to be told you can't go in there.
I got put as like a goalkeeper once, and I'm pretty sure you're only allowed in like one little area. And I was just stood there the whole time because the team was shit, and I was like, "What is the point?"
Yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah, legit.
Standing in the cold.
But you gotta try it. You gotta try and be like, that was my idea of being a girly girl. I was like, I'm one of the girls. I do netball.
I fit in here.
Yeah, look at me.
I'm not that football girl who gets dirty and muddy and
yeah, honestly.
physical.
Me and Chantal were talking about how, like, to be the football girl at our school was to basically be called a lesbian before your time.
And they were right.
Legit, that's the worst thing. Where's the lie, honey?
That turned out.
Yeah. And that's honestly because I went to a mixed school, so it's like to play football you were either like, oh, you play football, or it was like you play football. Like, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So funny.
Definitely. Not into the girly stuff, into the makeup and what have you.
No, not for me. Not for me, my queen. When did you join your first like club, like in secondary school rather than primary?
So one of my friends at secondary school was playing for a team called Tackaway.
I remember Tackaway. What?
Tackaway. Yeah. So I joined them. What must have been 14, 15?
Yeah.
There for a couple of seasons. But yeah, they were great. They were awesome, Tackaway were. And they played in orange, so I've had some really good kits.
Jeez, girl, work.
Really good kits. I can pull off any kit.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, they were good. So, and that being like your first experience of a girls' team as well. They were good. They're a really lovely bunch of girls.
It's strange
going
up.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's different going from girls' football to women's football.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many. So that's normally where like girls are going to drop out and not play. I'd say around 14 to 16 is probably the time. And it is that weird time because I went from like a girls' team to a women's team, and then my experience was pretty shit starting off with.
Oh, okay.
And so I always think, like, I wonder if that's one of the reasons why so many girls, like, bin it off if they don't find that first team. Because obviously I've been with, then I went to Eastbourne and I'm like, I'm good now. Yeah. I'm good. I'm haps, honey. Right, yeah, but sometimes it can be, like, intimidating even going to a new team, especially with a sport walking in as a girl, because you already feel like you don't know what the characters are going to be like, and you get so many different ones, and you have to kind of find your own lane when you start.
Yeah, where am I going to fit into this team? Who am I going to be?
Yeah, legit.
I think in girls' football, so under 16, school, what have you, you play with your group of friends.
Yeah.
And you're kind of there more for the fun of it, like more than the competitiveness.
Yeah.
And then you take that step up into ladies football, and they are there to win.
Yeah, that is the difference. Yeah, the girls just want to have a little chit chat. They just want to be partnered with their friends in the warm up, and that's enough for them.
Do not mess this up.
Why aren't you looking on the ball? Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
we are not getting relegated. We are winning. We're not getting embarrassed. We're here to smash it.
Yeah. Do you remember your first step up into women's?
I do. I remember it was Eastbourne Borough was my first ladies team. I remember I started the game on the bench because young 16-year-old, I was quite quiet, quite shy as well.
Yeah, me too.
So I kind of started there. Brought me on later on in the game, and then I think that was it. Yeah. As soon as you got on there, you that's your comfort zone, isn't it? Being on the pitch.
Yeah.
So all the personalities you got to fit into, anything else doesn't matter once you get on there and you start playing.
Yeah.
And that's where I guess you let your football do the talking, kind of thing.
I feel like that's how I got to know you as well, kind of, because we've been playing the same team for moons. It feels like it's been a minute, Henny. Yeah.
Long.
And as you said, I'm not in a bad way, but you are more of a shy person than say I am, and I do feel like I got to know you more from how you were on the pitch, and that sort of like made me understand who you were as a person more off the pitch, and then obviously we got close. And it's interesting that you can still see like the differences. Even like when Chantel was playing football, like that's a different version of Chantel. That's like the most confident. Like you think that she's like that all of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then you talk off the pitch, it's like
no, she's a little innocent little baby. Yeah, legit.
Well.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is your comfort zone, and that's where you're confident in your skills. You know you can play, so you know that if you play like you can, you're going to get accepted, and that's kind of how you earn your stripes a little bit.
Yeah. And were you a girl that used to play, like, me and Chantal were also talking about playing street football, so like Bummies, World of the Cup?
The end of it opened up into this like giant rectangle.
There we are.
There
we are. Yeah.
So just all the kids around the block, we used to go out and play football. There were a couple of other girls, I think, but it was mostly me and the boys.
And if you kick the ball over, who would have to go over and get it?
Do you know what? I don't think I did that. I don't think I got picked on for that.
Oh, bitch. I was the one being like, you're going.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
You're the one going, you gotta get that.
Yeah, that was me. And Chantal.
Yeah. We'll just sit here until you get back.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I can even remember tying up like jumpers because we didn't have a football, and then the kid that used to come with the football would be like that bitch, and he'd come with a backpack and everyone was like, yes, let's go.
Like that we can finally play now.
Yeah, 100%. And then it was only like time to stop playing when the street lamps came on, because that's when you had to go in.
Yeah, definitely. When you can't see anymore, when you're getting like smacked in the face.
Oh god,
cars are getting hit.
God, yeah.
Front doors, garages are getting hit.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. And you all just sort of go like, ooh.
Yeah. And all the neighbours come out and they're like, come on, you're like, sorry.
Well, dude, I grew up in Eastbourne. There's this one particular wall, and it's like don't put a sign that says no ball signs, because that's just going to make me understand that that's going to be the perfect place for me to play my ball games.
That's where you're going to play your ball games.
Exactly. And there was this perfect wall, and in front of it was like tarmac, and then it was grass. That's a pitch.
That is a football pitch.
That's a pitch. I don't know what you want from me that looks like a pitch. It smells like a pitch. It's a pitch. I'm going to play ball on it. So we used to, like all of the kids used to around the neighbourhood play football here, and the neighbours used to constantly come out. And if the ball went over into their garden, they'd pop it. So we would have to like get over there in like military style, like quick as possible before the neighbour was going to take it and we wouldn't be able to play anymore.
Pretend it never happened.
Yeah, exactly.
There was always that one neighbour, wasn't there? That one neighbour who hated it. Fortunately, ours lived in the corner, so they didn't get too much like ball in the garden, but they got a lot on their front garden, a lot on their garage.
Yeah.
And they'd come out and they weren't happy. They hated it.
Yeah, it's funny how little that bothered me as a kid. Like if I did something like that now, I'd be so conscious.
I know, and I'd probably be that lady now. I'd be like, "What are you doing playing on my garden?"
Yeah, I'd totally
get that ball off my front garden.
Honestly, dude.
How times change.
Yeah, it's crazy. So when did you first start getting like competitive?
What, in football or life?
I guess both. Because you're quite determined as well as a person anyway, I'd say. Yeah.
I think because I've always played sport, whether it was football or cricket was another big one in our family.
Oh, yeah.
That was another one where my brother and dad were playing in the garden and I was like, come on, I want to play.
Me as well, bitch. Yeah.
Let me in. So I think, and then I started playing cricket competitively from 9.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And playing county. So I think ever since then, like I've always played to win because you've always been in a competitive team and wanted to win.
Yeah.
It's not really been much about the participation. It's just been purely to win.
Yeah, it's literally not the taking part. That's only what happens when you're not that's what they say to cover the people that aren't competitive.
Yeah,
it's the taking part that counts, because if you're competitive, it is the win.
Yeah, I mean, taking part's nice. I've made some great friends. I've had some great memories.
That's all well and good, but
but it's the winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just purely through sport has just made me competitive, wanting to be better, wanting to improve.
Because I'd say that your like competitiveness also goes into fitness things as well. Because like, for example, if we go to training together and we're doing a fitness thing, you will be near the front or near there. Is that something you're consciously trying to? Because me and Chantel have our own like ways that we work fitness. The ways we make it work for us, Henny. But are you like when you're doing football fitness, are you head in the game like, right, I'm not going to be the last one, or like what's your mindset?
I think because I pride myself on my fitness, I'm kind of, because of my job, I'm seen as one of the fitter ones.
Definitely.
So I don't want to then lag behind, because if everyone else is ahead of me and I'm just like putting it along, everyone's going to be like, well, she's not that fit. So like in my head, I want to be the fittest one. I want to do the most steps. I want to do, maybe not be the fastest. We've got a few quicker girls, but I want to be up there.
Yeah.
I want to be at the top of everything, because I kind of feel like I've got that reputation that
you do.
I can't be seen not to do well.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I don't want the person next to me to beat me. So if we're doing like a sprint, like I'm gonna
that's what I'm like.
Try and beat you.
My like competitiveness also runs on spite. So like if somebody's doing better than me at something, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I want to do that like that.
No.
Yeah, it just comes from like anything you can do. I just want to try it and like do it as well.
Definitely. That's good though, because then you are pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and then you know you can do it. When you do beat that person, you're like, okay, I got this.
Yeah. I wish I could put that into my fitness more often. Honestly.
Other than just,
well,
all right.
I'm hideously competitive. I have to like suppress it because it's so ugly. So like when I'm
turning into a whole new person.
Honestly, because I'll ruin anything. I'll ruin anything by making it competitive and then not doing how I wanted to do. So like going into something fitness, my first thing is I'm not that fit, especially not that fit right now. But generally speaking, when I'm playing, I'm not the fittest player. Yeah. That doesn't mean that I don't want to be seen as the fittest. So what I like to do is I like to pace myself in the middle and do the bare minimum for as long as possible.
So it makes you look like you're doing all of it. You're doing all the hard work.
That's what I do. Keep the pace. I'm like the pace setter in athletics, bitch. I'm just like jogging along with the pack, so no one's gonna spot me. And then I'll use my last 5% to try and get ahead of everyone. And that's how I do it. Because that way,
like a puppet master, like pulling all the strings, like, right, okay, now I'm going to go past here.
Exactly. And then I feel super smug afterwards because I'm like, I looked fit, I'm not fit, I finessed the fuck out of that, I'm so clever, everyone bow down to me. Then I'm on a pitch. Yeah. And then I'm on that pitch and I'm like, probably could have done with actually doing the fitness that I needed to do to probably get here.
Think how much easier it would be if you did it.
Definitely. I even set myself a goal when I came back. I was like, I want to be one of the fittest people on the team. And I even said to Chantel, I was like, did I tell you that? And she was like, you said that 3 weeks ago. And I've done not so much to work towards that recently.
Do you know, it's so hard at the moment to be motivated. to do the fitness. I think if it wasn't for work and actually having to do the exercise, like trying to do something off my own back at the moment, the motivation's just not there.
No, I agree.
So it is hard at the moment.
There's only so many times you can do like a Joe Wicks HIIT workout online before you're like, I ain't pushing myself here. I need to do something else.
Definitely. But yeah, it helps with our online classes because you've got the coach actually there shouting at you.
Yeah.
So I am watching you do your burpees. I'm seeing you slacking doing your burpees.
Yeah, that would be good.
So I'm going to tell you to move your ass.
Yeah, get it in gear, girl.
Yeah, sort it out.
So how long do you reckon you've been playing football for then? Most of your life, you'd say? Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, competitively probably since 14, 15.
And do you prefer 11-a-side to 6-a-side, or if you had the option of like 6-a-side or even indoor?
Yeah,
if it was readily available.
I love me some futsal.
There she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Started playing that at uni and absolutely loved it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love futsal. And then we played it. We did a couple of games for Eastbourne.
We did indeed.
It was all, and we were good.
We were
good. We were really good.
Dude, I came along for one game, turned up late, and ended up with the medals that we all got. I was like, yes, that's how I do it.
That's how you do it. That's what indoor football is.
Yeah. But you and Chantel up front were so good because you guys can work like one touch, and you both love to like play off each other. So indoor football is like dreamy for that, dude.
Definitely, it's just so much faster pace.
Yeah. And
because the pitch is so much smaller, you haven't got that time to look up and pick out your pass. You've got to know where you're going as soon as you get before the balls come to you. You've got to know what you're doing with it.
And you can't just kick it up. That's my favourite. Keep it down. Yeah. You can't just cunt it and hope for the best.
See where it goes.
Yeah, legit. I can always.
Yeah, no, I love me some futsal.
Doing indoor football for me is like the first start of it. When you get started, it's like so exciting, and then within about 30 seconds, I've hit the wall. The fitness wall that normally like comes in a lot later. I've hit that.
First sprint you've done when you're like, yes, game started.
Yeah, that's me. And then you also realise how burning, like how it's like the pits of hell as soon as you exercise in a sports hall. Why does it get so fucking hot?
Oh, I know.
Like, how the fuck is anyone going to exercise in there?
Do you know what the worst thing was though? Eastbourne Sports Park. It would be because it was it like concrete floor kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So it was super cold, so freezing, and then you warm up so quick, but your toes are still like ice because where it was so cold.
Yeah. And
then you're melting on top.
That's some of the worst. Like we've played in some cold times, dude.
Yeah.
Like me and Chantel were talking about the one. I can't remember what game it was. But it was so cold that I took my hair down as a way to keep me warm, as like a mechanism for warmth. And the pitch was flooded and it nearly got called off, but I can't remember why they didn't. It was a final of something and they obviously cared about it more than we did.
Yeah.
And I can remember and the ball hit like Sweetman's leg one of our defenders, when she went to clear it, and it literally left like a ball was here. Like, yeah, it was bad. And then at the end, they were like, right, do you want your medals? And we were like, put them in a box, we're off. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, just say, let's have them and let's go, please.
It was so cold, dude. It was so cold.
That's the worst, when you get hit by the ball on your leg and it stings.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually proper burns. And your joints hurt when you move.
Yeah, everything is the worst. That's one thing we haven't missed.
Yeah.
Do you ever get nervous before you start any games? Do you get like pre-game nerves?
Yeah, especially at the moment where we've been so on and off. The first kind of game back, I do get nervous because I'm like, how do we do this?
Yeah.
How does my leg work? Like, how do I run? How do I kick?
Yeah.
Like when I haven't played for a while, so first game's back after the first lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
First game back after November? I get nervous then because you just haven't played for a while. I just can't remember how to do it. Do you get nervous?
Yeah, really nervous. Yeah. I get like an explosion of nerves just before that. But the thing is though, it sort of, I think it comes from like, okay, so how are you gonna do this?
Yeah.
More than anything. So like you said, like as soon as it gets started, that thought's gone.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
before that whistle's going, I'm looking at the girls and I'm seeing that one of the girls has got her hair slicked back with matching headband and the headband matches her under thing, and I'm like, I got to keep an eye on you. I know exactly what kind of player you're going to be. Yeah, 100%. Or like you would look at some of the girls and you're like, fuck, you've got those boots on. I know, I've got a feeling you're going to be that kind of bitch, you know?
And the thing is now, like, these kids coming through like half my age, and they're fast and they're like good.
That's so annoying, isn't it?
I know. I remember when I was you.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the speed thing, because for me, in my head, there's nobody that can beat me for pace, in my head. Yeah. That's the bottom line. So when
it's probably because you've barged them out the way.
Probably because I've fouled them in the process, or I've, like, finessed my way. No, I'm joking.
No.
But
all
it's like,
skill.
But it's like sometimes if you know they've got a younger player and you're marking them, you're like, you're going to be a nightmare. You're going to be round that pitch thinking that you're going to play every single ball. And guess what you are, because you're young and you can do it, and I can't.
And it's my job to try and make it look like you can't.
Yeah, legit. I'm just going to spoil it for you. That's all I'm going to do today.
Yeah.
That's just going to be my
focus.
That's
what I'm here for.
Yeah.
How do you deal with your nerves?
I think it depends. I think channeling it into something positive, and the easiest way for me to do that is, like, if I'm going to a game, I'll put on a big man playlist. Nice. Like, I will put on some bops and I will, like, sing in the car, and I'll do anything to get out of my own head, because I feel like if you think about stuff like that too much, it will end up just affecting even how you play. Yeah. So rather than, like, worry about any of that, I will just, like, enjoy the moment, and then, like, if I'm warming up, I'll just keep an eye on the other team, and that's normally enough for me to be like, okay, at least I've seen them a bit, I know what I'm up against, and I can figure this out.
Yeah, they've got no England players there, it's going to be okay.
Yeah, legit.
We've got
legit. I was even saying to Chantal the other day that, like, it's funny that when how different people's mindsets are when they go on a pitch. So, like, when I go onto a pitch, there's been a time where if I see a certain player on the other team, and, like, if they're somebody that is quite mouthy or anything, or if they're fouling quite a lot of us or stuff like that, there's a little switch that goes off in my head that's like, I'm gonna fuck with them.
Yeah. Right, they're getting it now.
Yeah, and it's honestly one of my favourite things to do is just be a bit of a dick. So
Same.
Yeah, you can't help it. So, like, there's the girls that like have to have a comeback, and I'm like, I can come back to your comeback. Like,
I'll I just stop calling I like calling babe or something, or like just to really like piss them off.
Yeah. Because as soon as they show that weakness, you've shown me that you're going to get easily wound up by me. So let's see what I can bring. Let's see what works.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's see what we can do. Let's cause some trouble.
So, my queen.
Yes,
Let me see what other ones I have for you.
Hit me.
Tour.
Tour.
Tell me about Tour. I can set the scene if you want. I can set the scene for you to tell us.
Tell us about Tour.
I'm just gonna set us up a bit, because basically me and Chantal spoke about this, and I recorded a whole fucking podcast episode. It was 2 shitting hours long of us just reminiscing of all of our times playing together, and the audio didn't work. So I already know how this conversation is going to go. Chantal's reminding me of a lot of things. I'm ready. So our football team had the absolute pleasure of getting the opportunity to go on tour, and I thought it was Barcelona. That was my first mistake.
It was never going to be Barcelona.
Well, the thing was, it was near Barcelona, so in my head, we're not obviously playing at Barcelona. Maybe next door. No, but like maybe we're like, you know, like, I don't know, like the next town, like what is Bexhill to Eastbourne, rather than like 2 hours in a coach or wherever it fucking wasn't yet. Anyway, and I only remember what it's called because we dubbed it Lorette de Shits.
It was Lorette de Mar. Yes.
Lorette de Mar or Lorette de Shits. So we come over with this football team, and the first thing I remember is getting to the airport, and we're all there together. We all managed to fucking get there. I'm pretty sure me and Chantal are late.
Probably.
And then when we get to check in, the first thing that happens is me and Chantal's bags are instantly over. We haven't even done anything yet. And then we
are the only 2 pulled over at the whole team.
Yeah. Do you remember we had to unpack our bags and just like, well, Chantal was like, well, I'm not fucking chucking anything away. And that was our... Sorry, honey, go on.
Yeah, that was the introduction to it. That was...
Yeah.
Right, this is how this is going to go.
That set the precedent. So then, I'll just give us a summary. So then we quickly learned that... I don't know if the bar was free. In my head, it was free. Was it free?
It was some sort of like mega deal.
You could
wasn't
get
it?
2, and it was
Two
easy.
massive, like big ones.
That's what I remember.
Like,
yeah. So,
double pint, triple pint, something
exactly.
like that.
And I remember it was me, you, and Chantel shared a room together, which magical. What
Dreams.
what
Dreams do come true.
Yeah. And then I also remember every morning when we woke up, we would go and start our day with 2 cocktails.
Pina colada for breakfast, yeah.
And then we would essentially piss around for hours. And pissing around could be playing football, or we'd be in the pool, using Chantel as a pawn for our own amusement, like we usually do.
I wonder what would happen if we took our bikini top off.
Yeah, I wonder how she reacts. Oh, boys!
She's in the water, it doesn't matter.
Honestly. It was so funny.
Oh, no.
So then we had all of that, and then I just want to set us up for, then we had to play football.
That was our second mistake.
Tell me about it, babes. Tell me about it.
Well, we were quite excited, weren't we? And we had to play the games in the evening.
Yeah.
So we had to spend the day by the pool, had a few drinks.
She says a few.
Just a couple. just to settle the pre-game nerves.
Legit.
And was it like within the first 30 seconds of the first game, they scored?
Yeah.
And we all just looked at each other like, this is how it's going to go.
I think I was centre back.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It became 5-0. It felt like instantly.
So quick.
Yeah. You know, like rugby, like maybe they got conversions. I don't know really what happened, but it was like no time, and they'd already basically won.
Points.
So was this the first? Was this the team that had the stadium, or was this the other team?
Do you know what? I can't remember. I don't think I can remember the 2 different pitches.
Okay, because I can remember the difference, because I can remember one of them was where I was being hideously sick, and then the other one was the stadium. And I remember
which
that
one's
game.
the one where everyone was taking it in turns and going to the toilet before the game because food poisoning?
That's the one!
That's the one!
Yeah, it was, honestly, everyone was so poorly. And I think what happened was when our manager chose our level, I think he didn't put beginner. I think he put, like, intermediate or, like okay at football, which we weren't.
We weren't even okay in England, let alone Spain.
Yeah, and the first team I thought we had a chance of winning before the game started. I thought we could maybe finesse this, like maybe we can, and all will enjoy it. Neither of those things happened for me.
No.
And then we also had the Spanish ref who started calling us all putas. Do you remember that?
That's the only word of Spanish I know.
It's the only one we needed to, apparently, honey. That was our name.
And then all the players started calling it, and I was like, why? What have we done?
Plus, I don't think they knew that we knew. That's the only thing we knew. And I don't think they knew that. But I don't think they cared.
Please, thank you, and that was the only other word I knew.
Yeah, legit. So we had that game, and that did not go very well. So obviously we just continued to drink and do the exact same thing for the next game.
Yeah,
and the next game was like 2 hours. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And we spent 2 hours in the coach, and we were pissed. Me, you, and Chantal. This is where we were actually like pissed. We'd ruined it.
We were already hungover as well.
We were napping. We were. Well, why was it in the have it like lunchtime? I guess it's too hot. Maybe, I don't know. I just can't be trusted. I just couldn't have been trusted.
No.
So we arrive there, and it's this little town. So we're thinking we've maybe got a chance. And as we approach this fucking massive stadium, and we're like,
nope.
Fuck.
Not again.
Exactly, and it just happened again. We got absolutely destroyed. It was so funny.
We always say now, like, if we do go back and go tour, we do it, but without the football. Let's just go on holiday together.
Yeah, that is honestly the best thing.
Turn the football off.
It's so funny going on tour and getting to see what everyone's like when they've had a bev as well.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different ones.
We fucked it so hard the first night that I don't think we did another night out, did we? It was just drinking by the pool.
I feel like that first night I was like being in the In-Betweeners movie. Do you remember that fucking place? There wasn't a soul in there, bitch.
It was just us. But we were so messy.
So messy. how did they get like 50 quid out of us each or whatever? Oh,
I know.
actually, I remember what happened in this one. So we got like you can have a drink and something else with, I can't remember if it was like a small bottle of something and then like a drink for entry or whatever it was. So I was like, fine. Listen, I've been on holiday before. I know how this works. You ain't going to put ice in my drink. It's the first thing that's not going to happen. Yeah. And the second thing is I'm not getting any mixer. So what I did is I went to the bar and I was like, so I've got these 2 free drinks. I just want vodka. And they just filled me up a fucking thing of vodka.
Yes.
And then that was me. That was me for the rest of the night. But
that was all you needed.
Yeah, as that was going on, so I'm in my element. I'm at drunk stage, probably 10. And when you're at 10, you don't really think about anyone else. But as I turn round, there's you and Chantel carrying one of our other players home. And it's just carnage. It's absolute carnage.
It was. I said there was only us in there, so like you looked up and from the dance floor, and coming out of the toilets was 2 girls holding up Sweetman, our beloved captain.
Our Lord and Saviour, we love her.
She's just like, calm down.
Dude, that was
passed
the
out and
funniest.
got carry her home.
The funniest thing. The funniest thing. I don't even remember like the plane home or anything like that. I remember the specific night out, playing volleyball on the beach.
Yeah.
Just drinking by the pool the whole time. And then the really bad games.
Yeah, I remember Adam's amazing tan lines.
What about Lady Sal's tan lines, Queen? Can we just take a second to appreciate?
They are the best tan lines I've ever seen.
So one of our mates, Lady Sal, when she was on tour, she was reading. I don't know what she was reading. It was that local author's book, wasn't it? I forgot his name.
Like a grimy one, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
good book, though. I've read it since. Good book.
And then because she was like sort of sat, she ended up where her abs are, getting like lines that looked like a 6-pack. It's the funniest photo I've ever had the pleasure of seeing, or actually seeing live.
So good. And they lasted a long time, didn't they? I remember like coming back and like games afterwards, they would still be there. Just still have those little white creases.
She's honestly my favourite. My absolute favourite. What a cutie.
That was good. Why haven't we been back on tour? Why did we only do it once?
I think that was why. I don't know if it was the losing like 15-0 or it was the getting drunk every single day or it was us like bickering or what part of it. But
all of it.
Yeah, probably one of those, a combination of all of those things. But they used to have women's football tournaments in Newquay. I think it was called the Newquay Sevens.
Yeah. Yes.
Mel.
Heard of it, didn't go, but it sounded amazing.
Yeah, we should go. Like
we should.
That would be insane.
So
after ruining it by knowing exactly, I know exactly how it will go, and I don't give a fuck. I still want to do it.
We know what's going to happen. We know we're going to lose.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
It's totally worth it.
Bournemouth a couple of years back. I don't think you went. You
no,
didn't do Bournemouth, did you?
I was on holiday. What was it like?
It was good. So we went up the night before. Got to this little hotel in the middle of Bournemouth. And then we went out. We went out for dinner. And then we went out and Lady South outdid herself. She got absolutely smashed. Yeah. I think she barely made it to breakfast the next morning. She struggled. It was a hot day as well, like hot day.
Shit, yeah.
So she struggled. But yeah, again, we went out the night before. Too many drinks. And struggled the next day. But we drew 3-3.
I'll get it.
So we actually did all right.
There's a part of the hangover that I feel like when you first get on the football pitch, when hangover's at 10 and you get on that pitch, like in my head, I'm like, I could shit myself and I might not know about it. Like, I don't know how this is going to go yet, but I'm just, I love my football. So we'll get into it, be fine. So then when you start playing, when I start playing and then it seems to get better and better and better until I'm invincible and the hangover's gone. And then I finish, and I've left everything on the pitch, and then I'm worse than I was when I started. And it's just this complete, like, roller coaster of my hangover. Like, what am I doing?
Then you've got the hangover to deal with, and they're, like, just generally being shattered from football and running around in the cold and the DOMs and everything. Yeah. So you've just got double whammy.
I do miss when we could commit to being more of a social team.
Yeah. Everyone's grown up now, haven't they? We've all got a bit old.
I don't know, because it kind of was always us anyway. Like, if you think about it, it was probably me, you, Mel, Chantel, South were the main culprits of the drinking. And I think that's pretty constant.
Yeah, we'll always be there.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah, no, I find it hard, like, not living so local to you guys now. Obviously in lockdown anyway, but it's not as easy just to pop out for a few drinks. We've now got to, like, drive an hour and a half.
Yeah, it becomes
and
a whole thing,
doesn't it? I've got to drive. But yeah, it's not as easy anymore.
No, definitely
but
not.
We've had some good nights, some good times.
We've had some really good nights. One of my favourite fucking times is when I'm in Spoons drinking, like, how I normally drink, which is quite fast compared to some of the team. Because I feel like in a normal social situation, I'm a normal drinker, but put me with you guys and I'm an alcoholic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the influence.
Yeah, it's them. I would be nothing without that. So anyway, we're in Spoons, and I'm talking to, I think, Chantel. There's all of us there. We're having a great time. And I turn around, and in the time that I've, like, had my attention on you two, to got my attention back on you, you and South have downed a bottle of wine. To your own devices.
Bad night. Such a bad night.
So, why?
Well, it was my birthday night out.
Shit, was that the reason we were out? Were we celebrating your birthday?
Yeah, we'd been
you
out
went
for
ham.
We've been out for an Italian.
We did.
I love carbonara, so I had some spaghetti. And me and Sal, one of us decided to buy the first bottle of wine. So we were going to get like some. I don't know why. I never drink wine on a night out. That's the one and only time I've ever done it. But we decided we'll get.
This is what I mean. I don't know where this came from. It was amazing.
I don't even know why it happened. But yeah, bottle of wine between us. We started drinking it like casually, like nice normal people do, civilised wine drinkers.
Yeah.
And then for some reason we started downing it.
That's what football does. That's what being around football girls does to you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I literally think, like, me and Sal were in our own little, like, just sat together.
Yeah, you were on your little date.
Part of the main group for that little bit. So we were just there thinking this is really fun. And then we're like, right, well, we've smashed that bottle of wine. We need another one. So then we did the exact same thing with that other bottle.
Jesus.
And then I think it was home time.
Dude, Sal had to go directly to home. Like, do not pass go. Do not collect 200 quid. Get yourself in that taxi.
Take me home. And you looked amazing. You had this beautiful white outfit.
All white everything, honey.
Incredible. And I threw up down you.
It was so funny. I don't know if there's just something wrong with me where stuff like that is so hysterical that I can't ever, like, it wasn't a gross thing or anything, but yeah, you were so drunk that you were being sick on me, and I was like howling with laughter, but I was also like trying to hold you up, but because I was drunk as well, I was dropping you, and then I was laughing at that because I was like, this is horrible, I'm awful at this. And then I remember that we managed to get you in a car to go home, and one of the mates that gave you a lift was like, yeah, dropped you off, and you started walking that way, and he was like, excuse me.
You live that way.
You were like, oh yes.
He'd never met me before. How did he know where I lived? And I just started walking off the wrong direction.
That is honestly amazing. It's amazing.
I had to get a tattoo the next day. I got my big leg piece done the next day. Dude. So I was planning on like a nice early night, couple of drinks. I'll be home by midnight. Get up, not early, but respectable time. Go and get this like big tattoo done. But I was home by midnight.
Check.
Yeah, so I did that bit right.
Yeah.
And then woke up and just remembered that I had this tattoo to go to. I hadn't even set an alarm, nothing.
Shit, yeah.
Just happened to wake up on time, and it was horrible. But I pretty much slept through it all.
That's a good thing then. That's what I would have done. Just ignore it. Just deal with it when you wake up. Yeah. Just deal with all of it.
Tails actually worked in the cafe next door.
Oh yeah.
I don't think she was working that day, but Parry was. So she kept bringing me toast and tea.
Cutie.
When I was getting my tattoo done, so I'd get a little bit of tattoo done, have a bit of breakfast, go back to sleep, wake up again, bit more tea, bit more toast.
That's dreamy, except for the tattoo bit.
Yeah, except that bit, and that horrendous hangover.
I can't do them anymore, dude. I'm old now. I mean, I still will, but like I shouldn't.
At least actually know what you're letting yourself in for these days.
Yeah, it's a whole thing now. Like before, like me and Chantal would go out on a Saturday because we have football on a Sunday and we're responsible sportswomen. And we'd turn up on Sunday, hungover as balls. Obviously, Adam would bollock us. We'd have to go through the being bollocked for being late. My fault. 100%. Yeah. Always me for being late. I take that responsibility. That is me, but being like ridiculously hungover as well. And then having to play, and then going for all that Sunday, and then in the evening ending with the dominoes, and that you've made it. You've done the weekend, completed it.
Those were the days.
They really were.
I was like, I wouldn't even think about drinking on Saturday night now. Friday night, some Saturday to recover. Not that I really drink anymore, to be fair.
No, me neither.
But I can't think of anything worse.
No, I can't. I
Anything
honestly
worse
can't.
than playing football on a hangover.
I can remember once when I was like, this was obviously when I was a lot younger, and this is bad. I had football in the morning, and I'd been out the night before. I don't know when I got back. I can't remember any details of anything. It was just one of those nights. It was like you're at a 10 for drunk. That's all I can tell you. And I don't know if you remember this, because you would have probably been playing, because we played at Causeway, where we had to like scrape the goose shit from the field before we kick off.
Yeah. So I don't think I've ever played at Causeway.
No, you were above that bitch. Like I was on that pitch, get rid of that goose shit, honey. Yeah. And I remember like having to get in the car, and I was like, oh god, I'm so hungover, and I misjudged. I misjudged getting in the fucking car. So what I did was, as I got in, I headbutted the door, and I came for football, and I had.
That's amazing.
I had a lump on my head that was bleeding, but because it was like a lump on my head, I didn't see it. I obviously didn't think about it until it was bleeding into my eye, and I get to football, and I'm like, I think I'm actually concussed.
And everyone's like, what have you done? You're like, what do you mean?
Yeah, it was so embarrassing. So then I just pretended everything was okay, the standard Ella move, and just pushed through with the game. And I remember the first thing I did was like on the wing, somebody had a throw in, and I was just going to leap in the head of that ball. It was obviously going to be mine. I was in the perfect position, and I jumped and just missed and fell over. Like, and I was like, I don't think I'm okay.
Now, part concussion, part hangover.
Yeah, it just wasn't the one for me.
Home.
No, dude, it just wasn't.
No, can't think of anything worse. Hangovers on their own are bad enough, let alone playing football on them.
Oh, 100%, babes. So tell me about some of your injuries.
I've been quite lucky.
You
with
slut. This is just a bit for me to be like, oh, well, you haven't had ACL surgery, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah, how's your recovery going?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I had a couple of concussions, actually, on the subject of concussions.
Oh, fuck yes, you did.
Yeah, a couple of seasons ago. Well, I had 2 concussions, one season after the other. Mm-hmm. But one of them was really bad. I ended up literally having a bit of time off, and I usually just power through little niggles and stuff like that. But I had 2 weeks off of work, pretty much 2 weeks off work.
I remember this, yeah.
Probably then had like a month or so off playing football. I was actually sent to board. Well, actually, I wasn't allowed. People wouldn't let me play.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, even if I was ready, people would be like, no.
The powers that be, yeah, man.
No. The concussion's probably the worst I've had.
What happened? You headbutted someone because he didn't get it away.
Yeah.
Mel's been fighting.
Yeah. No, it was football. I was closing down this defender, and I got to probably within like a metre of her, and she's just caught this ball beautifully on the volley, hit it as pure as you like. It's just gone straight up into my face and just knocked my chin back.
Knocked your whole soul out of your body. Jesus, dude.
Yeah. Again, I went down, got back up, thought nothing of it.
That's such a you're like a silent warrior. Even if you are struggling, you're not very easy to be able to tell.
Yeah, and at the time, to be fair, it didn't really impact hurt.
Yeah.
But I got up, I was a bit like, whoa, and then I was like, okay, cool, right, settle yourself, and then just played on. I think there was only 10, 20 minutes left, so it wasn't long time. But then I got home, and I get a bit grumpy on a Sunday night anyway, because maybe I haven't drunk enough, or we've lost, or...
And it's fucking Monday the next day, and there's no more football for 7 days.
Yeah,
of
so
course.
I'm just generally a bit grumpy on a Sunday. But I was extra grumpy. Didn't think anything of it. Had a bit of a headache. went to sleep, and then Monday morning I just woke up feeling horrific.
Oh, bless you. Yeah.
I went to work, and then came back, and I was like, no, can't go to work tomorrow. And then literally had a week off. Tried to go back the next week. Got told I look rubbish and should go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did. And then had pretty much probably another week off.
Oh, Jesus, babes, that's bad one.
It is. It was bad. But yeah, apart from that, I've been quite lucky with my injuries.
Sometimes I know you get calf things, don't you? Sometimes your little leggies.
Yeah, I had a period a couple of seasons back where I think I was just doing too much on them. They were just overworked.
Well, you had your knee gash that was open for shop like twice a week. Basically, Mel had this cut on her knee that was obviously because she did too much and it was always bleeding because she was always doing stuff on it.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't even one, was it? It was both of them.
It might have been both of them at one point, yeah. It's definitely one on my left knee.
Yeah.
That one's always there. That one's always been there, I think. Pretty much. But just because that must be my sliding knee.
It is your sliding knee. Yeah.
The one I go down on. Fortunately, lockdown has allowed it to heal.
Oh, yeah.
But then I thought that last time after last lockdown, and then it opened up again as soon as we started playing, so...
It's so funny, like the baseline of like people that have been playing football for a while. I feel like here's like the line of injuries. Here's when like people that play football will notice them. Like unless it's going to impact my football, I'm just going to not focus on it.
every game with this knee, every game, someone will go, "No, your knee's bleeding. Are you okay?" Or like someone in the opposition will point it out. They'll be like, "Oh, excuse me, your knee's bleeding," and I'm like, "I know."
Yes.
I know. Yeah. Like it doesn't hurt. It's just blood.
Yeah.
Just because I've cut it open again. So yeah, just got used to it.
We've seen some gnarly challenges in our time though, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like one of the worst recently was that head injury with Sweetman, our captain.
Yeah, the girl broke her nose, cheekbones.
She fucked her face, dude. I don't know what happened. Like she...
it sounded horrible.
Yeah, so she basically collided on a defensive challenge, and both were looking at the ball, so it wasn't anything malicious on either party. It was literally just one of those things. But the fucking noise, the noise of the head, and then we had to literally rinse the pitch because of how much blood, because of obviously noses just go, and we were all like, like shit, that's so bad. I was just okay.
Yeah. It was like filled with like buckets of water, like blasting out the blood. It was grim. I was like, that's my wing. I've got to run up and down there.
Legit, you don't have that in the Premier League, mate.
No, it's grim, wasn't it? But she got her revenge. Her first game back against us, she scored a hat trick and they beat us 4-1.
Oh, bitch. Fair play. I mean, yeah, go off, Queen. You're welcome.
Yeah. No, that was grim.
Yeah, that was all.
Yours was grim. I remember I heard yours from over the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, mine was frustrating because the story of my injury originally was that I injured it beforehand, and then I was okay, and I had the scan, and they said you'll be okay. Like it's the scar tissue is healing, so you'll be alright, whatever. And I this is what's frustrating for me because I specifically remember the moment where I knew I'd fucked up because we were playing, it was all going fine. I was playing in the middle. I went over to the wing to get the ball from the air. And as I went over to the wing, and I literally, you know, when you go to get the ball from the air, you kind of like, this is a hand, but if this was a foot, you know what I mean? Like, you just like... Yeah. So I went to do that bad boy. Yeah. And as I did it, I felt this tinge, and I was like, that's not a nice tinge. So I subbed myself, and I remember the whole time when I took myself off, I was like, I'm so emotionally intelligent, firstly, and I'm secondly like I was honestly in my own head like you're the best person because you normally would have played through that, but you haven't, and you've taken yourself off, and well done you. And your missus Sophie was treating me at the time, and she was like massaging it, and she was like, how's it feel? And I was like, you know what, if it's feeling better. And
her hands ain't that magic.
Honestly, at the time I'm like, she's fixed it. Those hands, mate, she's got it. So she's a healer. Yeah, legit. So then I come back on, and as soon as I come back on, I know I shouldn't be fucking doing it because it doesn't feel. It's not wrong, but it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I remember I was like by the box, and I went to get it from the air again, and no one was near me, no one tackled me, and as I twisted, I heard it go twice, and I was fucked.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
And like I think you like screamed or something, or like you made her that little screamy sound.
Yeah.
And as soon as you did
cry
that,
like a little bitch, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, because you don't make much fuss over injuries either. Like, you're quite bouncy as well. You'll pick yourself up and get on with it.
Yeah, man.
But as soon as you kind of like screamed, we were like, shit, that's not good. That is not a good noise. And say you're not someone to like, I don't know, make a meal out of it or get sympathy out of it. We were like, she's fine. She's done. That's
what honestly, I remember being on the ground and being like, and Adam was like, "You're okay," and I was like, "It's my fucking knee." I knew exactly what I'd done. Like, I'd just get me off that fucking pitch. I'm broken and I'm livid. I've ruined my career. I was so angry. But everyone was so nice to me, dude. Everyone was so helpful and lovely.
Yeah, definitely. Just not to leave you to it. It's like, go.
Yeah.
Sort yourself out.
Yeah. It was a bad one though.
Yeah. How long did you have to wait for your surgery?
So I ended up waiting about 8 months. So I was effectively injured for 2 years because I've had a year now to recover, and then I first did it when I was So I first did my injury when I was playing for a work football team, which was like fine on an AstroTurf, all good. I was walking, the ball wasn't near me. I was walking back to defend, and my knee pops out. So I'm like you said, I'm not take me off the pitch or I'm crying. I'll go down and make a fuss of it because I'm unfit, but I won't do it for any other reason, if you know what I mean.
But then you've had your breather and it's fine, you get back up.
Exactly. So I like popped my knee back up in because it just sort of came around the side, and I was like, I'm just going to carry on. And
that's what it's meant to do.
Yeah, why the fuck are you carrying on, you dumb bitch? Like, learn your lesson. Don't pop your own knee back in and think you can still play football. Are you kidding me? And I played, and then it went again, and then I still played.
So when you come back this time round, if it hurts, you don't come back on.
Yeah, I need to listen to it. That's what I'm worried about though, because because that moment where I listened to it, I know that was wrong, but what if I don't have the same reception to it this time?
You will, surely you will.
Oh, I'm fucked if I don't, mate, so...
Yeah.
It just won't go well.
Yeah, no, you will. You know when your body's not right. You know once you start running, you know that first training session, you come back and you try and turn that corner or you try and change direction, you'll know if that feels right or wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
You'll know if it feels like it's just not done it for a while, or you'll know if it feels like that's not good. Yeah. That's not it. Like that. So yeah, your knee will tell you.
Yeah, I have to listen and I have to do it. Not do it for like once. Not take yourself off and then take yourself immediately back on, because that reverses the fact that you've taken yourself fucking off, Ella.
Stay off.
Yeah, so that's my plan. But
easier said than done, though, isn't it? Because unless it is physically stopping you, you want to carry on, don't you? You want to play on and do your bit, don't you?
I do feel it's funny though, because there's so many different like ways of dealing with injuries in a team. So obviously you've got like people like, I'd say me and Chantal are relatively similar, as in if it's bad, you know it's bad. Otherwise, we're fine, bitch. We're all good. Like I've strapped Chantal's ankle down so tight to get it to fit in a boot because it was that fucked. It was like black and big, but I was like, you know what? It'll be fine. Wrap it up. Like, let's go.
Just tuck it in. Once it's in the boot and strapped, it'll be fine.
So you have those girls, but then you have the girls that you know are just going to get injured, bitch. Like, I know that you're going to go down about 16 times, and I can't every single time go and check on you.
Yeah, and you're going to be okay.
You are going to be okay, yeah. You'll do that hobbling off for the ankle thing, and then for 2 steps, and then, oh, look, you can walk again.
Yeah, I can't stand players like that. Like, I don't get what do they get out of it?
I don't understand. Well, I don't understand if it actually hurts or not, because some things do hurt. Like, a challenge sometimes, or I've rolled my ankle, or, dude, kicking the bit of fucking ground when you don't think you're going to kick a bit of ground.
Yeah, ouch.
Your whole leg is like, doing.
Yeah. Or when you catch the ball right on the end of your toe and it does the same thing.
Yeah, legit. And all that stuff hurts, but then I don't know the difference between girls that just like get in their own head and have to make this whole thing about it and stop the game. I'm like, get up, bitch.
Yeah. There's like things like that, like I just get up and like run it off myself. I don't want to sitting down and looking at it. It's going to do nothing for me.
It's not going to help.
Just let me get up, move it around. I'll run up and down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it'll be fine.
So I've got another little question for you.
Oh, hit me.
And I've asked Chantal it, and I know you'll know what her answer was, which
Oh God.
So, what is the best tactic for getting on the pitch if you've been subbed, my queen? Not that you're not somebody that gets subbed all too often, by the way. I'm just saying in general.
In general.
For example, when Chantel's subbed or when I'm subbed, we will go and sit next to our managers. We will constantly ask them what time it is, like find out how long of the game it's been, when they're going to change formation. Chantel will say stuff like, "That wouldn't happen if I was on the pitch."
You just drop your little hints in, and then you're like, "Can I go on now? Can I go back on now? Let me on."
So what's your approach, my queen? If you want to get on that pitch, just say it's a final and you've just been subbed. What are you going to do? You're going to sit there and just be a good team player, or are you going to start fighting for yourself?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and sulk. I'm going to be like, "Can I come on? Like, I'm ready."
That's it. I'm ready when you are.
Yeah.
I'm ready when you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or go and warm up. Yeah. Keep warming up. Like I'm warm, by the way.
Ready whenever you need me. Get my top's off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my kit. My boots are on.
I'm basically on the pitch. Just let me go.
Yeah. Just literally go and stand next to Phil. Go stand next to him. Just wait. Just linger.
To be fair, I think that would work for you, because Phil would be like, "That's Cutie Mel. What I love." When I do stuff like that, they're like, "Fuck me, Ella's kicking off again," or like.
Yeah, she's stropping because she's been taken off again.
Honestly, I'm like, I can't help but be stroppy about certain things. Like, there's certain things that I know I'm being a little sport brat about. Like, if I get subbed, livid.
Yeah. Same. It has been subbed a couple of times, and I probably deserved it because I was playing shit. But yeah, but I'm not happy about it.
Never.
Because I want to play on and get better.
Yeah. There's either the times that you're subbed and you know why you're getting subbed, and that is where I'm at my peak angriest, because I'm like, you won't let me resolve what I've just done.
Yeah. Now I've just got to sit here and think about it and feel bad.
Yeah.
Let me get on and get on with it. Yeah,
legit. Or there's the other side of it where you're having a blinder of a game, but you're not needed anymore for the way they're playing or whatever. And I can't swallow that either. I'm like, fucking let me let me stay on.
Let me carry on. Like, my body's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
We don't play in the Premier League. You don't have to save me for the weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly.
Let me do it.
It's so funny between the difference of like girls and ladies is I feel like more with girls football it's more like, oh no, if you need me I've got some minutes, or like, yeah, I can do like the first 15, or maybe only if we're winning. But like when you get into like competitive ladies football, it's like, let me pitch.
It's like, I'm giving up my Sunday, let me play.
Yeah, 100%. Especially as some of our games were like 2 hour drives away, and if you're subbed for 2 hours, obviously I understand why you have to be subbed. It makes complete sense. You can't be good all of the time. Doesn't mean I ain't going to be annoyed about it, but I do get it. But again, when you've travelled like 2 hours, and you're like 2 hours and you're with like a hard team or a hard game, and then you get subbed, it's like, how dare you?
And what have I done?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, there's some mega travelling, wasn't there? So you have got to like spread the game time and that. Then you've got to work out that balance between, do you want to win or spread the game time?
Both.
Exactly. I want to play 90 minutes and win.
Yeah. I want to be the scorer, the main defender, the one in goal, the captain, the coach. Yeah. I want to be all of it, bitch.
My own goals.
Yeah. So in a penalty situation, are you somebody that will volunteer yourself, or are you like, because I feel like if in a situation you would be naturally chosen, but would you be somebody that would actually be like, get me involved?
I'm not very good at penalties.
Really? Because you've got a sick shot, dude. And you've got a lefty.
I second guess myself. I kind of think, right, I'm going to go in that corner, and then as I'm running up, I'm like, no, I'm going to go that way, and then as I kick it, I spoon it straight to the keeper. Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago, I nutmegged a keeper from a penalty.
Bitch.
It was such a poor penalty.
No.
Because I did that, I changed my mind, and then it just trickled along the floor, took a bobble, and it's just gone through the keeper's legs.
Was it like when you go bowling and you use that little bowling ramp and it really slowly rolls towards the pitch?
Yeah, so bad.
Oh, babes.
I would take a penalty though. If I'm asked, I would never say no. And if people don't want to, then I would say yes. And if there wasn't enough obvious choices to take the penalties, then I would volunteer myself. But I'm not saying I'm good at penalties. I'm not good at penalties.
Yeah. Well, I think that's interesting though, because I'm different. I'm different to that. You will not find me putting myself up for it. You will not find me wanting to do it. You will not get me to do it. You can't convince me.
No chance.
But the worst thing about
sit on that bench and wait for it to be over.
Yeah, 100%. But I think it honestly is just a confidence thing. And when I go back into playing, because obviously I've been out for a year, I've got a couple of things that I'm going to change with my mindset, which are going to help my game. And actually, that's one of them, because I would always be that bitch that like I never really got the opportunity to properly attack, because I always had to sort of play a more box to box position rather than like a fully like a 10 position. Completely lost my train of thought, you know.
Your mindset, you're changing your mindset thing.
Isn't it funny? I'm talking about my mind and I literally forget my train of thought. That's my mindset. You're welcome.
Improve your concentration.
Yeah, 100%. So I basically just need to change my mindset in the terms of like, actually, I think when there's a free kick or like, because I don't take free kicks either, free kicks or penalties, volunteer yourself, because the worst that happens is you fuck it up.
Yeah.
And like the way I need to see it as well is that if I'm going to take a penalty, I don't know where it's going, so how's the keeper gonna?
That's a great tactic.
That's honestly my new mindset. I'm like, try and predict the unpredictable.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, so how is anyone else going to know?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. You just got to back yourself, and if it doesn't come off, it doesn't come off. No one's going to hate you, no one's going to think any less of you. It's just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember we had penalties 2 seasons ago, and I took one. To be fair, that was a good penalty, it went in.
Nice.
And then we came round and I had to take another one. And as I ran up, I then slipped as I went to kick the ball.
You Beckham'd it. She Beckham'd it.
Spot. Oh dear. He slipped. And he skied it. And Turkey have got...
And the worst thing is, my fiancée standing on the halfway line. She went, "Way!"
I love her. I love her so much. Oh fuck, that caught me.
I was so pissed at her.
That's so funny. Isn't that one?
Because I'm falling over and now we're like a penalty behind. And now we're maybe going to lose this game.
Yeah.
You're meant to be the number one supporter and you're laughing.
I do love watching.
Laugh at me in private, fine.
Yeah, wait until we're in the comfort of our own homes before you mock me.
Don't do it in front of the whole pitch, the whole stadium, everyone.
Yeah, man.
But no, it was fun.
You've just got to laugh about stuff like that. The amount of times that I've like tried to do something serious and I've been ridiculously megged, and I'm like, it just silly. It just makes you feel silly, doesn't it? Yeah,
definitely. I remember sitting in the car on the way home. I was like, I can't believe you said that.
Just like complete silence, and you just looking out the window like, I can't believe you did that to me.
I can't believe you've done this.
Not talking to you.
Oh, I would have been the exact same, dude. I would have been the exact same, Henny.
But once it was not annoyed at her, I was annoyed at myself for missing.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to be the one to slip.
And once I got over that, then I could laugh at it. But yeah, at the time I was like...
Sometimes it takes a minute, man. It takes a minute when the ego gets bruised,
like,
Henny.
I know I messed up.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at me. Let me sulk about it and I'll come back to you when I'm ready.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to getting to play tournaments again.
Yeah, I love tournaments.
I feel like we've missed out on so many.
Yeah, so I'm just like being out in the sun. It's a lot more casual.
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream, burgers.
Yeah,
just a bit of fun.
That is the best fun.
Seasons ago, we had like all the girls, all their partners, all their kids. Just like it was just like a nice, like big family day out. It was really nice.
That's the other side of football. That's I feel like is so nice with the club that we play for, especially.
Yeah.
Not that I can particularly compare. Like I don't play for fucking Arsenal or anything, but like. But I just think that the team camaraderie or like the friendships you have with the football team, it's a different kind of friendship, dude. It's like it's sick.
There's not one person on our team who I'd go, oh, do we have to invite them?
Yeah.
Everyone's just so nice, lovely. Everyone just gets on, and there's no drama. It's just that nice, good bunch of girls.
Yeah.
Good bunch of girls.
It's like one of the nicest things when you turn up on a Sunday and like if you're having some shit going on or maybe you've had a shit week at work or anything like that, and you turn up and you get into the changing rooms and you've got one of the girls just like giving you shit and you listen to music together, and like that just takes me away from any of the normal like things that would stress me out, and even that's like therapy time for me, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Sunday has always been like, right, that is sport day, whether it is football or cricket, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Forget about everything else. Today I just enjoy my game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Then Monday I sulk about it again or get grumpy again.
Yeah, it starts again. Starts again
real
on Monday.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
What do you reckon's going to happen this season then? What's your like plans?
What do you mean this season?
Well, because we've had COVID fuck up loads of our games and like fitness stuff, and I don't know, and I don't know what's happening if we're in any cups.
I'm feeling a bit pessimistic. I don't know if this season's going to carry on.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling they might scrap it, and then just start again next pre-season, what have you.
Like, that would be so long, dude. I feel like...
Yeah. Well, depending on how long this goes on, whether it's February, March, end of March, you then got a lot of season to try and fit in a couple of months, if that. I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, I've just got a feeling it's just easier to scrap it.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair judgment.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah, I have no inside knowledge. I've got no.
You're not talking to Boris, are you there, babe?
Yeah,
I came to you to know. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's what he told me. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
It'd be quite cool though. Yeah, sorry, go on, honey.
No, sorry. No, carry on.
It'd be quite cool if they could get, because obviously we're doing 11-a-side. 11-a-side does 11 players, then you've got subs and coached officials attached to that. What if what if there could be a league just for COVID that's for 6-a-side, or like 5-a-side, or for smaller, and it's part of like a bubble, and that way it can be more controlled, like basketball, for example, or whatever. Yeah. So you could even get like little taster games, like just little Astro games during the week or whatever.
Definitely, whether they could like control the tournaments a bit more or something throughout the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. We just need to get back playing, or whether even if we then have to just train from April, what have you, to pre-season, at least then we've got some sort of football, some sort of getting back into it a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be fine with that as long as we do a game at the end, mate. I'm all good. Yeah. Big game at the end. I'm happy.
Yeah, let me play. Yeah. Just do little 5-side tournaments in house.
Yeah.
Just between your team, that'd be good.
Yeah, that could be the way forward.
In terms of goals, I don't know. I just want to score more. I've got to score more goals.
Yeah. I want to see you cut in and take more shots, to be fair, because you used to have this thing where you'd always be able to do it, and I think maybe, I don't know if you lost your confidence or you got injured or it changed, but your game changed slightly, but I'd love to see you still make that, like, aggressive attack, because you can fuck shit up, bitch. You can fuck shit up on that wing. Like,
you know, I was having an amazing season, and then I fucked my ankle 2 seasons ago, season and a half ago.
Yeah.
Carried on playing through the last couple of games, probably shouldn't have done.
I love how, like, not many injuries. Yeah, so my ankle was fucked.
Yeah, apart from the ankle.
Yeah.
Apart from that. The following season, like, I'd lost my fitness, I'd lost my confidence, and it took me a little while to just get back into it again.
Yeah.
Because I had the whole summer off. I didn't do any tournaments, I didn't do any training. I just needed to get the ankle right, ready for pre-season.
Smart thing to do, my babe.
Yeah, and it just took a little while to get back into it. And then I think last season started doing, like, getting back in the swing of it, and then this season as well. So now it's just annoying that bloody COVID's come.
Yeah.
And
disrupted it all for us.
Interrupted the swing of it.
Doesn't help, does it?
No.
Okay then, my queen. If you could design any kind of kit, what would your dream kit colour be? And all the other girls have to wear it too.
Do you know what? I took the piss out of the purple and the orange earlier, but I actually wouldn't mind a purple kit.
What, like a royal purple? What kind of vibe? Yeah,
not like a lilac or anything like that. Like a darker purple.
Like a grape realness.
Yeah.
Back to your roots, Henny.
Yeah. Take it back to where it all began.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Or, yeah, do you know what? I like a Larry kit, to be fair.
Me
Pink,
too.
orange, purple.
Do you remember I think it was the Nigerian goalkeeper's kit was like so bright and colourful, it was sick. I can't remember what exact colours it was.
Yeah, love a fluorescent colour.
Mm-hmm.
Or just 2 like hideous colours mixed together.
Give me that, yeah. Let me clash, bitch.
Yeah, I don't want a boring colour. I don't want just, I don't know.
Can you imagine if we could have, like, you know how, like, Victorian ball gowns? Imagine that print on just a football kit, but, like, made to look like it's, like, a proper... Imagine just turning up like that, like...
That would be amazing. Turn up in our like crowns and we take them off.
Yeah, we just
Ready
place
to
these
play.
down and we'll begin.
That would be amazing.
That would be so good, dude. I
Yeah,
always
I love anything Larry. Anything Larry.
loud and Larry for you.
Yeah. You remember that time you forgot your sports bra though, and you had to wear your swimming costume?
Dude, it was worse than that. It was worse than that. I went out with Chantel the night before. I shouldn't have done. I'm sorry, everyone. But I went out with Chantel and got royally drunk, and I showed up to football, and I didn't have any pants or bra or sports bra. I had nothing of the sort. And however, I can't play without a sports bra. Not that like they're going to be everywhere. They're not going to be.
That did your face.
Yeah, and I remember rooting for my bag, and I had a swimming costume, and I was like, hang on.
Light bulb moment.
Legit, I thought I'd smashed it, and so then I played with a swimming costume, and it was so embarrassing.
Do you know what my favourite bit about all of that is?
Well,
You didn't have a sports bra or pants or anything, but you happened to have a swimming costume. Like no spare pants, no spare sports bra in your sports bag. But I've got my swimming costume.
yeah, don't worry. What sport do I think I'm doing, dude? Like, I don't even swim, and I
in a pool.
There was also another, I won't go into the details, but there was another time, I don't know if you remember this, we get to the game and it's raining and I forgot any kind of warmth or waterproof. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
So, but what I did have is I had a Relentless Mac, which was essentially a bin bag, because it was black. And it was like the one you get at Thorpe Park. They're the ones with the hood that you like...
Poncho.
Similar, like a poncho,
Rain poncho,
yeah.
I think.
Like a rain poncho, but a really cheap, Relentless black one. And that's what I warmed up in.
I remember that.
I was like rustling. Everyone was like, we were warming up and I was running next to all the girls, just like, it'll be fine. No one will know. And I'm like,
It's the same colour, black top.
and it just looked like I was warming up in a bin bag.
I'd forgotten about that, but yeah. That's amazing.
Do you also remember the time where I turn up and I don't have any kind of football jacket, but what I do have is like my going out coat.
Yeah.
So I wore that.
Just got to wear what you got, haven't you?
Yeah, you just
got to wear what you got.
just live, yeah. Football, I'm halfway there. It takes me like 15 minutes, so I think that I'm going to be on time. And as I'm on, I just have this thought and I'm like, I haven't brought any shoes. And I look down, I haven't got any shoes on, I haven't got any football boots in the car, I haven't got any shoes in the car at all. I've managed to do whatever I'm doing and get into the car with no shoes on, get halfway to Eastbourne without going, shit, you're going to need them.
Where are my shoes?
That was so bad, dude. I had to get one of my friends to come and drop them to me halfway.
One of my favourite times you being late, you turned up with like 10 minutes left of the session.
Oh my god, that's such a me thing to do. There's the game though. Did I get there for the game?
We were like, you turned up and we were like, did she know there's only 10 minutes left? Do we tell her?
That's so funny. That's so
and then we
funny.
like carried on the session for like an extra 10 minutes just to make sure you had a bit of time.
I don't know what happens to my punctuality because it's not like I don't want to fucking be there. I love it. I literally love it. I choose to go. I choose it.
You just rocked up. You didn't even say anything. You weren't even like, sorry, I'm late. You just strolled in. Slotted into the drill.
They'll never catch me. You're just like, you're right, girls, been here the whole time. Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely.
Do you want to out yourself with anything else? Anything else you want to say for the record of the benefit of the tape?
Well, it's been lovely to see you.
Yeah, it's been really nice.